Good morning, it's Anthony Nicolo from Food Tree. I was talking about the eating provenance on the Heritage Radio Network yesterday and realized that I haven't talked to you about eating provenance recently. After Hawaii, things have been going pretty well. I would say that overall, and when we were in Maui, that we really only succeeded probably about 60 to 70% of the time. We managed to find some stuff in some good farmers markets and did some cooking ourselves, but there were a couple of trips to restaurants, and then there were also some work events for my wife's job, and we didn't really think it was appropriate to refuse to eat anything that they had, and tried to ask questions of cooks and be subtle about it. But so I would say 60 to 70% of the time, while on vacation, we managed to eat provenance, which I think is pretty good. And I'll share some photos below of some of the things that we were able to eat and make ourselves. And then we obviously came back to Vancouver with a bit of the Olympics happening, and even during the Olympics we were pretty good, except we went to a couple of events, and you can't go to a hockey game or skiing or curling, I would say, without having any beer. So we had some beer that we have no idea where the ingredients are from, probably some GMO corn. Big failure on that front, but we've said all along that this is not about trying to live some higher moral purpose or pursuit. That it's really just trying to adjust our lifestyles to one where we know the source of the things that we eat and drink, and we live in a world where that's not normal. And so it's really difficult, but we're trying to make it far more normal to understand where your food comes from. Just last Sunday we were cooking some burgers, and there were some more people coming over, and so a friend of mine ran out and grabbed some more meat because he felt like we needed some more burgers, and I cooked a batch, and I also cooked the ones that he made, and put out 2 plates, and a guest asked, well, what's the difference between the two? I said, well, these burgers here are from this cattle ranch in northern BC, grass-fed, grass-finished, a ranch by the name of Blue Goose, and no antibiotics, no hormones, and this plate might be, we don't know whether it's good or bad. We actually just don't know anything about them at all. And when you place it in that stark contrast, people then think it's sort of weird not to know where it comes from when you've got that information at your fingertips. And hopefully through this project that can become more normal, that it makes sense to understand where your food comes from, and maybe in a couple of years from now it'll be far more weird to not know anything about your food than the world we live in now, where it's weird to try and know the source of your food or only eat things that you know where they come from. That's it for now. If you've got any questions, or if you've tried doing some eating where you know the source of things, let me know. I'd love to hear about it.